Yeah, we're back live. Yes, yes, sir. Started a live video. We're telling your followers. Yes. So who is the first to come in? Tissue 77 joined. Honorable, yeah. So I was saying, right? I think I will stop doing hosting this thing if people are not planning to add me to their top 11. Anyway, it could be that I'm too good, right? Yes. So next three.
Right, next three. So I picked three before, right? So batting at number 4 for me would be one of the hardest fighters I've ever played with, Leke Oyede.
Okay.
Number 5 for me would be Chimeze Onwuzulike.
Yeah.
And number 6, number 6 is Batsman. So I'm going to pick a guy that I went to secondary school with. Many people wouldn't know him. And I'm picking this guy just for fielding. So his name is Thompson. I don't know that anybody here would know him. But I don't even remember his first name. Maybe Latif or something. This guy didn't bat for us. He didn't bowl for us. But over the course of a season, it would save us maybe 30 runs, fielding, covers, backward points, mid-off. Anywhere in the inner circle, you played it to him. No matter how hard you hit it, if it was within his arm span, he was stopping that thing with everything that it took. So Thompson would be at number 6 for me.
Wow. Interesting. I love that kind of this your team selection and the way you're thinking about it. So you are probably the only person who has chosen Chimeze into their team without saying but. They all want him, but
it's my team and I'm captain. So
yeah,
I know how to handle
okay,
it.
you know what to do. How can somebody be that good but still has a but? How is it?
No, but,
Tell me,
but
what is it like?
a lot and people. So I think that people who are vocal about it get more stick. People would do the same thing that Chimeze does, but won't tell you first that they are going to do it, or would lie that they didn't do it. People prefer those types of people, and that's why it runs into a lot of it gets a lot of stick from people. That worse characters than him, but because they don't act it out, they get away with it.
Wow. So I'll go back to UI briefly again. So yes, did you play in any of the Legon games?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So I kind of beef all of you that played in that competition. And it's because I remember being a student representative in the sports council, and we'll go for this general meeting, and I will always raise the point to say, you know what, let's extend it to swimming and cricket, right? When they do the leg on, but I did not go to any of them. I did not participate. So it used to be basketball and football that they used to do then. They come basketball and football. Then I left school, then I heard that they are going to leg on for cricket. I was like, what? What?
Thank you for all the hard work.
Which hard work. So how was that feeling, right? We're playing against a university side that, yeah, maybe they are not good at cricket, but a university as big as University of Ibadan as well in its own right.
I mean, the experience was great. More than the cricket. I think that trip did a lot for cricket back in UI and UICC as a unit. There was Aria was captain in that one, right?
Okay.
I think Aria was captain at that time, and it was towards it must have been maybe in 400 400 level or 500. It was towards so there was a transition that was about to happen. So it was maybe his last major competition. We needed a reason to we needed things something to lure people in with. So it was good. We bonded outside of the pitch. Also, we had the fun time in Ghana. I also saw a different. So I saw the school. I saw what could improve. I saw the difference in the way Nigerians run things and the way that other people do things. The meticulous nature of the plans and all of that. It was good. It was good. It was great.
Okay,
Kola
so
was on that trip too.
yeah, let's go back to IMCC and the young guys. So do you routinely have that time with the young lads, and what will you normally tell them? Do you normally will have time with the young lads in IMCC, right?
So
If yes, what do you normally will tell them?
So my my relationship with them has changed a bit,
Okay.
right? Because the boys also so we've in a couple of we've had maybe two major. I met Khalifa, Ni. So I met a group of boys that being referred to as young players, as the young guys in the team, and of course they had been there. So they went there when I was first at IMCC. So I've come back now and I've met them, and so at that point it appeared that they were at the club before me. So first season, things went okay, but I always stopped to ask when people refer to them as young players, like, how old are these guys? How old are these guys? These guys are not, I didn't think that they were young players. Shouldn't we be getting a new crop of guys in? And so we got a new crop of guys. Chima, Sulaiman, Elijah, Goke. There's maybe another Elijah guy. And at that point, those ones they were really young. And we were able to talk to them about school, education, what do you want to do? They were still learning. They were still receptive about improving their game. So for instance, when Chima came, before he came, I used to bowl the new ball. When he came, after a few games, it was obvious that we needed to let this man bowl the new ball, and we gave him that. As soon as we saw Sulaiman's talent, I knew straight away that these guys were going to go on to play for the country. So there was and it was good for us, so there was no need to try to stifle it. So we tried to help them with that on the field. Off the field, I wasn't directly involved with them, but they will always find a way to communicate their needs, and we always went above and beyond. But we didn't have a structure around it. You get so if someone spoke to one person to say, I'm trying to get this done, or if someone asked them, then that person will come to the rest of us and say, hey, we're trying to do this, and that on. There was no process around it, basically. But so when they were going to leave, I was particularly angry at the way that they handled it. Granted, there were things that we could have done that we didn't do. But I always feel like if people are good to you, there's some level of
respect.
There's a way that you handle things. Like I was saying earlier, when I was going to make the move from GCI to Ibeju, it was tough. It was somehow. But I had the conversation before it happened. Sean and the team manager at that time got in touch with Mr. Ogishino. So I did the right thing, and And I felt like these boys could have done the same. But there was now another player in between, some guy called John, who were supposed to sort of pay royalties to. and that just got me angry. So after that crop left, I sort of took a backseat. Like I sort of took a distanced approach to it. Like let's put processes in place. If something needs to happen, run it through the right channel. Don't come to me directly. I'm not doing any out of pocket spending. I think that, so looking back at it now, it's possible that in doing that, we may have left some things undone. We may have lost focus in the other aspects of their lives. So we didn't get involved, and that also cost us in another way. So yeah, that's the
one.
I mean,
Okay.
we've learned lessons from that, Sha, and we're taking that on board.
So I see a lot of you within the cricket administration, CCC League, trying to organize one seminar or the other seminar. Is that what you think is going to look like in the next few years? Are you going into administration?
So I think I've been at the CCC now for 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. And I joined the CCC because looking in from the outside, you get the feeling that things can be done better. Things need to move from point A to point B. And the way that our culture is, sometimes people are unable to say, hey guys, I think I've done my time. I've done this thing as well as I can, or there's somebody out there who can do it better than me. So last season, maybe for the last couple of seasons now, I've been seriously considering moving on to something else. There's a lot of things, like I think a lot about cricket. Let me see, my wife is there. I think a lot about cricket.
She's here.
Involved in it at almost every level.
Yeah.
I've been weighing my options and which ones I should drop. So I'm involved in Lagos State as a coach. I'm involved in the CCC League as secretary. I'm involved in the umpiring association. I'm involved in I'm involved in media. I'm involved in IMCC. I do all of these things. So I've been thinking about it. There's a good chance that. So when you say, is that the plan for the future? I'm trying to. It depends on which area it is. When you say administration is a lot, it depends on which area it is. So I love coaching. And it's a different. So when I think about the things that I do, I like doing things slightly different, or I enjoy doing things in a slightly different way. So when people think about coaching, people think about teaching a boy how to hold a bat, how to do this, how to do that. But I've been involved with people. I've worked with Sean. I've worked with Endurance. When I was at the Under-19 World Cup, I spent time talking to some of the coaches. And you see that at a level, the job is so specialized that the guy who's just standing and at the start of an innings talking to the two batsmen and saying that, so this is the possible field setting, this is where the scoring areas would be, so I think that you should look to score around there, these are the shots that I think you could play. Or the guy who's talking to the bowlers and say, hey, this guy likes to pull, this guy likes to score around here. Or just looking at the guy and saying, hey, you're bending your front knee, keep your body up, keep your shoulders straight. It's different from teaching the boy how to hold the ball, and do all of those types of things. And because I watch a lot of players, I see these things. And many times, many of them, there are a lot of players that I talk to during the week say, I saw you last week, or people call me and say, "Do you see this innings? What do you think?" Blah blah blah. But I don't know that Nigeria is ready for that. I look at the CCC as well. The organization needs to be better. There are things that we want to do, but being able to do it requires you first chasing the money, like securing funding. So do I want to do that, or do I want to find some? So it's a lot. I don't know what the future holds. I'm currently working on a cricket media outfit. You know, that sort of, and the goal for that is to put the word about us out there. You know, I see people from everywhere in the world read the articles that we write when we're in South Africa for the World Cup. Like, people were happy to see us. People were pleasantly surprised. Like, Nigeria, all of the South Africans were supporting us, even though they knew we were going to lose. And we can take advantage of that. You know, there's a growth trajectory that we're on right now. We can ride the wave, or we can just let it, you know, just go.
Let's see.
So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to. I'm going to do the one that.
Everyone that hits, right? So that's fine. So, quick question, right? I don't want to forget this question because it's quite important. And at the same time, we have 3 more. We have to get you to the next 3. I will save it. I will save it in the file here. I will save my question in the file here. I don't want to forget. But next 3.
Okay, next 3. So I'm at number 7 now, Abi.
Yes.
Let me pick bowlers. So I'm going to pick Saeed. So Saeed was with me on that under 19, and at the start of the trials, right? At the start of the whole process, it was just one of the guys. It was just one of the guys on the side. But every time we did something, like it could be a game of football or rugby at warm up, the guy would almost want to put his life on the line. Like, he was so committed. And I just think, guy, chill now. Don't relax. We're still going to bowl 20 overs in the net. Don't kill yourself in warm up. But he had loads of energy, and he could just take that all through. And I mean, it's great to see where it's taking him now. Saeed would be my first bowler. The other one would be Olumide Akitoku.
Okay. So
Olumide and I have maybe shared the new ball more than any other person that I've ever played with. And when we were both bowling well. So, by the way, all of the names I'm calling, I'm picking them based on my recollection of when they were in their primes. Okay. So it's not today's Olumide that I'm picking. It's the one from before. So, like, Olumide bowls the in swing, I bowl the out swing, and when we're both bowling well, it was just to get runs. Like, if I wasn't, it would be taking the wickets, I'll be getting the dot balls. Sometimes we'll flip, you know, you can end that take 7 next weekend. It was just great. So yes. My last all-rounder sport would be Boris. Boris is maybe the batsman that I enjoyed watching the most when he was playing well. Like, you could just sit down and love the cover drives, or there's a particular shot, is that he plays, like, it's just fantastic. Yeah. So that's my next one.
Yes. So I have my question is still filed. I'm not going to forget. I will never forget. I just wanted to go back to Saeed because so while I was in Ibadan, Lagos and all that, it was someone that I knew from afar, right? And I didn't know his name. I knew him. And the reason why I'm talking about this now is because now it makes sense why he has done really, really well, right? And one day they said Saeed is in the national team. And in my head, I was like, you know what? I pictured his face, but I didn't picture I've never seen him play cricket.
Right.
Yeah, I never saw him play cricket. He was always scoring. I knew him as a scorer. So in my head, I was like, no. But then I started seeing him. I was like, oh my God. Then Roland, he was always talking about him.
Yeah.
Have you seen Said? That guy is massive. That guy. So he must have really, really worked hard, right, to end that. And that is an example of how young guys should really work hard. You'll be noticed, you'll be picked, and things will happen for you. So my question, I'm not sure if you are ready for this one. So your parents sent you to school, right? You did go to school. You played some cricket, but you did not stop going to India or Queensland. How did that happen? With all your timing, how did that happen?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. You have to know. And I'm sure she's there. Right? At that point, you had a friend, a buddy, all these your friends that you said you went to class with, you were going to class with me. I didn't know them, I didn't see them, even though I came to you regularly. But there was somebody who was constant that I always saw, right? How did it happen? With all the cricket, with all the time,
So let me try and remember. Okay. So we're in the same faculty, right?
So wait. All your mates were fielding inside what's it called? Inside the circle. You went to third leg and you were looking around at me.
So one of the things that cricket helps you do is stand out when you choose to, when you decide to. Right. So we're in the same faculty. And she lived in okay, I remember now. I'm making the connections now. So I had friends in like taekwondo and judo and basketball. And one particular one I think was friends with Buchi. I don't know if she was his girlfriend, but she was friends with Buchi. And I used to see her, like they'll drive past my house when I was in Aminawe to talk to Boris. So one day I went to Awo Hall and I saw her, and she was talking to someone. Like, what's your friend's name? Like, no, don't go near, don't go near. Like, what's wrong with this one? Anyway, the following week I see the friend at the faculty. I'm like, oh, I know this person, and I was with a classmate. A lady, and I was like, and she was like, Malobamo, I'm going to tell her that you are wanting this, that. Like, let's have a bet. So we had a bet that I will go and talk to the lady and bring her back to sit with us immediately. And that was how it started. So
wow.
We placed bets. I went, talked to her, like, hey, this, that. I lost the bet because she didn't come back to sit with us. But then I got a number, went to Awo the following day, or maybe that night. So
you went to Awo?
I did. I did. And if you know me, you know that I never go to Awo. Like, I hated going to Awo. I lived in Kuti and then I moved to town. So imagine the trip to Awo, like from outside of school.
Even from Kuti.
Mad. So that was how it started.
Wow.
And I think I was captain at that time.
So you will always tell her that you are the captain of university cricket.
No, and so I was captain, right? I remember that like 8 of the guys were in my faculty. So my credibility didn't end at the cricket pitch.
Yeah.
Like every time I walked around the park, you get
upskip.
So every time I walked around in the faculty, there was always someone saying upskip. So that helped.
Oh, Interesting. That was good. I just thought I should know the story, and of course, you ended up, getting married and things. But one would, I've heard you talk. I've heard you make looked around the room while we were going to say something just now. So even though you guys knew each other, she knows that you play cricket every day. She still gives you hassle with this cricket.
Big one.
Oh my God.
So my answers are on many levels. Is that when the cricket season is on, I'm away from the house a lot. If I'm not, so imagine if I'm playing on Saturday, I go the whole day, come back. Sunday, I'm doing CCC work. If I'm not umpiring, I'm doing match ref, or I'm just at the game. I just love to watch. Like, there can't be cricket. I cannot be home from morning to night and there's cricket and I'm seeing the scores.
And you're not there. Mm.
Then during the week, on Tuesday, I'm making plans for the weekend, fixing umpires, doing all of that, doing reports, talking finance, on the phone with the chairman, doing all of that. Once that is done, I'm on my computer, I'm writing an article, I'm doing this. Say, which time go you spend for this house? When I'm at home, I'm like, I'm at home, I'm not doing anything. Australia versus England, India versus New Zealand.
Yeah, still watching the game.
What's going on? The worst part is that so the New Zealand. So I love watching New Zealand, right? But during their cricket season, during their home series, their test matches, their test matches start at 12 Nigerian time. So everybody will go to sleep, and I'll wake up at 12 on TV. And then I'm like, it's too much. Turn it down.
It is too much. And you know what? I start to see why some people don't even come to cricket anymore. I think when they stop playing, they think, okay, it's now time to focus on the family, and I think this is why. But it's what we love doing, right?
Yeah.
So guys, if you have questions, it's time to start asking questions. So you guys, everybody's just looking at us and just typing away. Ask questions.
No questions.
So we have
Femi.
2 more. We have 2 more. 2 more people on your list. You finished
2 more people.
Yeah. Did you finish with Boris? Yes, you finished with Boris.
Yes, Boris. So 2 more. Okay. I am going to pick Joshua Ogunlola.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joshua you played with him where? GCI?
Okay, so that makes sense now. So my play with Joshua was, remember the under-19 trials before mine, that was the UI. Yeah, so it was in those trials and I was there at the time. So I used to practice with them. I used to play some of the games, and it was just like, it was great to be able to rub shoulders with him in the nets and see this guy has, what's the word? Skill. Like, he could do things with the ball that you would not be able to imagine. So I've never been with him in a team. Like, we didn't play in the same club ever. But I have to pick Joshua.
Okay. Last person.
So last person would be, I picked Olumide, right? My last person would be Osita. Yeah. Osita.
All right. So
yeah,
you have a chance
Osita,
to pick.
We played together for Lagos. Yes.
Okay. You have to pick your tough man. We call it Water Boy.
My Water Boy is, I don't think he's here, but it's Garuba.
Okay, I
No,
thought
as
it was
in,
going to be
so
Isaac.
so 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 I don't know why you're calling it water boy, but it's drinks boy, drinks boy. Let's just drinks.
You want to
It's drinks.
you want to push
No, that's
your
that's the
your
cricket.
own water
No,
boy.
that's no. It's
We can't hear you. You see?
so it's it could it could be anything. So it's drinks break,
Okay.
drinks break.
Yeah, we
So
have been calling
Garba.
him water boy, but okay. So Garba is a water boy. You prefer to call him drinks boy. All right. Bear in mind. Okay. So yeah,
I don't know what
it's
Timmy
it's
is
been
talking about.
powerful talking to you. It's been nice. Is there any question that I'm supposed to be asking that I've not asked? So how are you doing with cricket with your young son?
So we've run into some hiccups. Hiccups being that he hasn't decided whether he wants to play with whether he's left-handed or right-handed.
Ah,
So even with writing, even with schoolwork,
I think you should just allow him
no, I'm allowing
because
him. I'm
someone
allowing him.
confuses me, and I didn't realize this until maybe 2 years ago after playing with him for many years. Roland, I think he bats with his right hand, he bowls with his left hand.
There are a lot of people like that. There are a lot of people like that.
And I think there's an advantage to that.
Yeah. So I think that is left-handed. So I was born left-handed, and I was left-handed. When I started playing cricket, I was throwing very well. I was bowling with my left hand. But because most people around were right-handed, you do not like. I felt like I was doing the wrong thing. And I gradually started to change. But so when he bats left. When he bowls, when he tries to throw the ball, he uses his right hand. But he gets uncomfortable a lot of the time and he starts to change, or he just faces you chest on. Like, okay, I'm confused. Which one is it? But also because I've not been, there's not been a lot of cricket. So he learns by watching. It's not like I've been teaching him to hold the bat or anything. He's been learning by watching on TV, actually. But because we've not been watching a lot of cricket recently, but I'm not particularly worried about him learning or not learning the game.
Okay, last few words for the guys.
Which of the guys? This one's with dry throats?
Yes, everyone watching.
All right. So my last words would be that there's a lot that we can do. There's a lot that needs to be done. And these things, I'm talking about around our game. And these things will not happen themselves. People need to get involved. When you look at the people involved in running cricket, in doing all of the things around cricket, umpiring, coaching, this, that,
Same
you
set of
start to
people.
see a pattern where it's the same set of people. When you look at the people staying on the sidelines, complaining, this, that, you start to see that it's also maybe another group of people. And things can move forward that way. If we continue doing that, we'll just keep recycling. Like, if I wanted to step down as secretary of the CCC today, I'm supposed to have a problem, a mental note about just pick who gets the role. Like, there should be more people for the roles that exist, but it's the other way around. Like, there are things that we want to do. There are positions that need to be filled, but there's nobody putting their hands up. It's the same people that own games every weekend, that will run the game, that will do this. So people need to get involved. Let's get involved.
Let's get
That's what
involved.
I would have to say.
Yeah, everyone, you can hear that. Let's get involved. Less of talking, more of actions, right? Let's what's your opinion of female? So the questions are coming out when I'm about to close. Yeah, let's answer this last one, and that'll be it for me.
So the issues with female cricket, I mean, these are not particular to female cricket. It's general, right? People need to get into the game when they're in school, and when as they move, the game has to keep up with them. Like, people have their lives can go many different ways. People can decide to go to uni. If I go to uni and cricket doesn't follow me, like the university I go to does not play cricket, I'm going to drop it. So if I'm away from the game for 4 years, you expect me to come back and then do what? I'm just going to play for fun, So that's what I think. I'm involved with the Lagos State female team, and I see there's a lack of talent coming through, which tells you that nobody's doing the work at the grassroots level. We're just so we'll make do with what we have. That's what it is.
How can university cricket be resuscitated aside Nuga?
So I think that it's the alumni that need to do a lot of the work. It's easier to let it not die than to try to resuscitate. So if you have something going, work with human, what do they call them? Kinetic and education people. Get the coach in there if you can. Keep that system going. On the other side, if there's a production belt in the schools, make sure that you're getting them, helping them get into those schools. I know that schools, even today, have slots for those things. Of course, they would have been bastardized as VC's list, this person's list, that, but there are quotas for sports in all of these schools. And we as a body, as NCF, LSCA, we're saying that people have been saying that NCF needs to go and work with the schools and do this. But why can't the state cricket associations work with the state universities? So as it is now, I found out recently that there are 4 or 5 cricketers in LASU. And this is because somebody on the board of the LSCA has been making some of those moves to get them in. So if we do that around the country, suddenly you have Nuga, where is actually quality competition, because there's 3 Nigerian internationals in this school and a number of people. There are 4 Nigerian internationals in that other school and a number of other guys. And our game starts to develop from there.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Tayo. And that makes a lot of sense to me, honestly speaking. So this is where I'm going to call it an end. I know the questions are not coming up now, but from one person, it's a shame. But I've got another meeting set up now. So yeah, thank you so much. It was, of course, I knew it was going to be, a fantastic discussion, right? And,
thank you so much for having me as well.
Yeah, thank you. So see you later, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye, everyone.
Take care.